true entrepreneur carve their own unique path. They are the makers of their own destiny, who shape the world we live in. They are confident and competent. They are determined and they are the decision makers. If you have a real entrepreneur in you, then follow the success mantra our guest shares today. Let's begin with our second episode, Bake It Till You Make It.
Hello guys! How are you all? I hope you're having a good day. We'd like to welcome you to another episode of our Raters Club. We hope that all of you are at your homes safely, and we know that it can be really boring at times, and that is why we're here. Tune into our podcast every Sunday and be part of an amazing conversation just like this. Enjoy and learn at the same time. So let's start with the introductions. I am Mahi.
And I am Uday.
We are your hosts for today. And the guest for this episode is Mr. Vishal Jalani. Sir, we are pleased to have you with us today, and thank you for giving us your valuable time. And I'm sure that our team, me, myself, and our audience can learn a lot from this podcast about business, growth, about life in general, and your mindset too. And for those of you who are from outside of Jaipur or might not know Mr. Vishal Jalani sir, he is the founder and CEO of Brown Sugar Cafe, which due to its amazing ambience and food has received numerous awards and is one of the best cafes and bakeries in Jaipur.
Thank you so much, Marie. Thank you so much, Uday, for making me part of it.
So, on that note, I'd like to start today's podcast, and I'll ask my first question to you, sir. So, before that, I'd like to tell you, and I'm pretty sure that you know, that for everyone in Jaipur, Brown Sugar Cafe is their first choice. Be it a date, be it a casual meetup with friends, everyone loves to go there. So, I'd like to ask you, how did you come up with the idea of Brown Sugar Cafe, and how did you come up with the iconic name?
You should always follow your passion. I will be very honest, when I was almost in my 8th or 9th class, I kind of made up my mind that I have to start something into food only. I was quite keen and interested to start a sweet shop that time, because way back in my maternal side, there were people into sweet shop. So it kind of came into genes also. So by the time I realized how the market is shaping up, and we also know that market is changing every day. So when I passed out my college life, and I was never interested into college life, I'll be very honest, my interest was also always into food. I like to eat food. I like to do a lot of experiments at home. So then we realized that a bakery is a very good concept, because I went through a lot of surveys which showed that Indian bakery is increasing at a very good rate. So that is always very good. So that was the interest which came in my mind, and we started with the bakery.
Okay, sir. That was really insightful, sir. And also, how did you come up with the name? Can you elaborate that a little bit?
So I have a background of film industry, and in film industry we always believe that anything which is negative catches a lot of publicity.
Okay.
So the same way what we did, keep Brown Sugar part of our food also, because we serve coffee at our place. Because our place is not only a bakery, we have a cafe, and where we serve food also, beverages also, and bakery also. So Brown Sugar is a very coffee thing, because people don't prefer white sugar, they prefer brown sugar. So Brown Sugar name came out of that.
Okay. And it is also an healthier option, so you can say that too. Yeah.
So it's a healthier option, yes. In case you compare it with the white sugar, brown sugar is always good. Yes, it's always good.
So because of COVID-19, we know that a lot of things have been stopped, the restaurants and everything. So what were the challenges that you faced during lockdown, and despite all of it, how did you keep your team motivated?
So Mahi, it's a very good question, and it's a question which is very common these days. So I'll be very honest to you that obviously was not expected, and we were not prepared when the first time lockdown came. So it was very difficult for us to make a team. Because all of a sudden, a lot of people went to their hometown.
Yeah.
Outlets running. So we obviously had a detailed meeting with our current staff, which was here, and we told them that this is required and you need to be here. हम लोग ने उनको trust दिया कि that company is standing with you in your tough times and they should not worry about anything. So they also had a confidence, because I'll be very true, my major staff is working for more than 5 to 6 years with me. And they all know about our company, the way we work in our company, because see, it is your employees and your associates who make your company and your brand. It is not a single person alone. So trust was very important between those employees. That was the first thing which we did, and we successfully did. With the flexible salary options, obviously that was very important. Then we cut down on our costings which were not required, as in the electricity cost. There was no dine-in. We cut down on our lighting expenditure. They were minimum. As in there were 4 refrigerators which were operating in a kitchen. We squeezed them to 1 only. So we saved on that electricity front. Then our third major cost was rentals. So I'll be very honest, I was quite fortunate to have landlords which were very supportive to us, who gave us a decent discount on their rentals also. So these were the 3 things which were our major costings. So this is the way we saved a huge amount and we sailed through during a tough time. And now there's a second way which just recently came. So we followed the same SOP which we did during the last time. So this is not a tougher time and we almost have all our outlets up and running.
It's really nice to hear that you have such a supportive team who helps you with a lot of things and is always there for you.
Yes. Team was very supportive, and very honestly, just if I'll be very honest, we also have a tough time right now. But we are working on a new menu, which is supposed to come in probably in this Rakhi only, which we'll be launching. Say it be our food, say it be our beverages. There will be a new transformed version of brown sugar with the packaging and all, everything. Because we took a lot of things into care about the new COVID rules and all. The packaging have a lamination on the top where you can just, because a lot of people are sanitizing their food.
Yeah.
The packaging before taking it. So the packaging which we're making now is the packaging display. In case you put a sanitizer also, you can just wipe it off and it will be good. So we're working on a lot of things now.
Okay, so we're really looking forward to this new version of Brown Sugar Cafe, and that idea of yours to change the packing is really something that I'm intrigued by. It is really something that you have observed. So that is really amazing, sir.
Thanks, Uday.
Yeah, sir. On to the next question. So there's this saying that goes as, if you want to go fast, you should go alone. And if you want to go far, you should go together. And I don't know if you agree with this or not, but the question is, do you have partners in business? Do you have co-founders? And if yes, how's your experience working as a team, at a core team? And if not, then do you think it would have been better or easier with partners?
Uday, it's a good question, and I sense that this kind of a question comes in a lot of youngsters' mind, because 2-3 people pool in their finances and their resources, their mental ability, they all pool in and they go with a new project. See, when I started my brown sugar journey, it was obviously a brainchild of ours only, because as I told you previously, that I had a passion to start something in sweet only. This was my brainchild. But yes, I obviously had some partners initially. But now I just have one investor, and with the passage of time, those partners exited with a very good amount because they were for a period of time. And I'll be very honest, with me, my partners for growth are people who are working with me. And as you already told in the saying, that in case you want to go far, you need to have a team. You need to have people who can match your vision. So it is very important, and the way we have matured our team, It is a lot of research and development every day. I'll be very true in case I could have given you a show. You're working on a food, you're working on our cake pastries, and we're working on a bakery part also. So you should count your employees as your partners only. Because see, if you speak about partners are not only financial. Partners are not only financial, they should be strategic partners also. And which we currently don't have any strategic partner with us. We just have a financial partner with us, which is also in the family only. But you need to have people working with you with mindset who can match your vision. It is their brand also. That is much important these days.
My next question for you is that people usually have someone they get inspiration from. So do you look up to somebody for inspiration or mentorship?
See, Mahi, very honestly speaking, I always follow a quote, tell me I can't and I'll embarrass you. I'm just repeating again, tell me I can't and I'll embarrass you. So it is a very simple quote which I always follow in my life every day. So when I wanted to start something in food, I cannot name the place. I approached a bakery chain. So they bluntly rejected it because I never had a food experience. As I belong to film industry, I never was a part of food industry. So he bluntly said no, because you cannot do this kind of a business. It involves a lot of manpower, a lot of labor and a lot of experience. Which I tried to convince him isn't required much because I'm not making it, I'm getting it done. So this was the thing. I thought my process and I told him that I'll make a better bakery than yours, a better cafe than yours. I'll be very honest, I'm 5x of his brand right now. So this is the mantra which always works for me.
It indeed is a very inspiring mantra.
Yeah, sir. I'm pretty sure he must be regretting not working with you right now. But anyways. So yeah, sir, as you said that there are a lot of ups and downs and there are a lot of challenges every day in business. Like you said, you are researching and you're developing and you're evolving every day. You're changing your whole menu. Everything is changing. So how do you keep up with all this? How do you have the patience? And because everything is not solvable in one go, it takes time. So you have to be patient, you have to be motivated. And when I talk about ups and downs, can you also tell me about, if anything comes in your mind, what would be your lowest point? And how did you deal with that? And what did you learn from it?
So Uday, I'll be very honest. Obviously, whenever we are into business, it is very much a shaky ride. It's a rough patch. You cannot say that you are settled now. As in anything and everything can happen in a single day also. And when things go bad, they go really bad. So I'll be very honest, when one of our partner wanted to exit from the setup, I was not mentally prepared for it. I was genuinely not fit for it, to be very honest. Financially, in case you can say, optionally also you can say, because we were just on a verge of expanding that time. And to manage funds to make him exit and to expand also, because everything was in pipeline, was the most weakest point of mine and was the most toughest point of time, because when we exited, when we parted our ways, there were a lot of my key employees which he took along with him. A lot of key employees who were working on those projects, they knew the all insights of it. So that was one of the most challenging time which I faced in my life. But yes, all thanks to time which I faced, I'm always mentally ready for all those things. Those kind of things happen at least twice with me, when a lot of my key employees exited because of a lot of things, yes, but still we survived and we faced all those problems.
Yes, sir, that's really amazing how you've dealt with the situations. And as you said, sir, trust is really important in building a long-lasting brand and relationship with team members and all.
Yes, see, Uday, you have patience, you need to have trust on the people working.
Yeah.
That is the key reason we have grown to so many outlets. Obviously, once whomsoever will be working or making up for us, would obviously will not match exactly what are you thinking of, because he cannot weigh the way exactly you expected him to do. So you need to be patient that time. And once we'll be patient enough, obviously, and we can trust our employee, things will go.
As we all know that Brown Sugar Cafe has a lot of branches here in Jaipur, and it has gained a lot of popularity over the years. So do you all ever feel pressured because of it, because the following it has, and how do you deal with the criticism that comes along with it?
To be very honest, yes, because considering a brand, if I compare myself to other peer comparison brand of ours, people don't have much expectations from them. And whenever we got a set of clients for us, they always have a very high expectation. As you see the time which we are facing right now, still my regular clients expect that I deliver everything to them, and in the same manner they used to get when there was no lockdown. So it is obviously a very challenging time for us. Yes, to be very honest, we have a good manpower still also with us. So I'll be again repeating that. You need to have a good team to face all the problems. We kind of manage all the managers at our outlet who are well trained enough. So it kind of matches, and we match the complete pool. It comes out very well for us.
Also, moving on to the next question. What would you say would be the favorite part of your journey and why?
What would be my favorite part of the journey?
Yeah, any favorite part or any something like a highlight that you consider a really high point?
Today, the first thing which I always was the most interesting or most happiest moment for me till it was this, when we shifted to a bigger production facility. Because a factory or a big production unit is always something which everybody expects. We, before shifting to our current facility, we were working just for say a 1500 square feet facility. And now we're working on a 10,000 square feet facility. And we have now got a vision to shift to a 30,000 square feet facility. So that was the biggest and the happiest moment for me till date, to come up in a bigger facility and to have a vision, because that time none of the caterer, none of the bakery owner had a production facility as big as this.
That's great, sir. And I'm sure that you also in your mind must have had doubts, but then when this happened, you must be really happy that I did it.
Yes.
So that's the thing that's really motivating for us also.
So, like apart from all of it, apart from you liking sweet shops or thinking about becoming somebody who runs a cafe, apart from that, if you were not an entrepreneur, what would you be then?
In case I won't have done anything in Brown Sugar, you mean to say? In case I won't have started Brown Sugar?
Yeah.
I rather would have done my film business only, because that was the first passion. That was the first love, rather I should say, because I was awarded with Dada Saheb Phalke Award for being the fourth generation in the same business. Yes. So that was kind of an achievement that obviously we achieved, and I was more than happy to do that. So I would have been more happy to do that. Obviously, it is in my cards that I would do some movie production 6 years down the line, and I'll be all settled into Brown Sugar. I'll do that.
Yes, sir. I was just about to mention it, that I read somewhere that you received the Dada Saheb Phalke Award, and it is among the various awards that you received, but it was not related to Brown Sugar, so that is why it intrigued me a little. So I was going to ask you about it, but now that you've clarified on that, so on to the next question I wanted to ask. What would be your advice for any other small businesses who are trying to make it big right now, and especially in these situations that we're facing?
Very honestly speaking, Uday, it's a very tough time for all the entrepreneurs, or rather I should say everybody working around. So in case anybody want to start up something new, they should rather hold themselves for some time and should wait for a better opportunity or a time to come. They should keep their resources and their planning stored for at least 2 to 3 months till then, until the time gets settled, the things get settled. Because I'll be very honest, we had expansion plans to a lot of cities. We were planning in part of Gujarat. We had a planning to expand in Maharashtra, and there were 2-3 other states where we wanted to expand. But we holded everything. The only reason behind that was the current scenario and time which is going on. Because it's a very bad thing whenever we start something, we not fail because of our mistakes or for the project which is not working. We actually feel very bad whenever we fail because of the situation around. As an, I'll obviously like to share my experience with you. We started with a new brand called Burger Shack. We just started it 10 days back. And the brand is facing a lot of heat because of that. Because online sales are developed as a lot of people don't know about the brand. If I'll be very honest to you, if I'm not wrong, you guys don't know about the brand Burger Shack which we recently launched.
No.
Do you know about it?
No.
So that is the point. That is the point, whole point of it. Because we couldn't even reach to the people.
True.
The product was well-researched product. We were working on this project since last 4 months. And Burger Try is doing very well. A lot of people liked it. The people who had burgers from us, they said that they never had this kind of a burger in their life. Our USP was, and our still USP is, we are 100% vegetarian. I would not say that it failed. Obviously, it will do very good once the lockdown scenario is over and we'll again do our promotions and publicity. It will work like anything. But as of now, it is not doing great, and rather we had to stop it because of no orders. So for youngsters, I have a message. You have got a very good idea. Hold it for the better time to come. Keep your resources with you. Don't fall prey to the situation which is all around.
Yes, sir. That was really a thoughtful and practical advice, I would say. Because considering the situations, it is something that will help you not fail, and it will really in the long term boost your morale and also help you for your growth.
Exactly.
And also, sir, that you said that you wanted to expand to Maharashtra and other cities, and COVID really hit bad, and it also closed all of the colleges. And my college was in Maharashtra, so I am also looking forward to whenever you are expanding in Maharashtra. I'd love to go there and visit Brown Sugar Cafe. It would be a great experience. Also, one thing you said that you started this new brand and a lot of people don't know about it. So, and you also said that the product is really great, but people still don't know about it. So there's this one question that I want to ask you, that what do you think is the role of advertising or marketing in a business, for a small business or a new business?
Uday, it all depends the kind of business you are into. If I'll talk about myself, marketing is a very important part of our everyday. The only reason behind is this: in case we consider the current scenario, people are not going to the outlet, they're not moving out of their home also. They're just ordering through Swiggy, Zomato, or probably they're seeing our post on Insta. So we just did a small pilot project by promoting one of our new flavor, which is a Biscoff cake, through Instagram. I was not expecting such kind of a response. We just launched it probably 7 to 8 days back, or maybe 10 days back. Just expecting some 10 to 15 units of it's being sold through Insta, because there was no proper promotion going on. And to my surprise, we have sold more than 100 units of it in just a week's time. And it's only Insta which helped out us big time. So marketing, obviously, once things get normal, we do our marketing through radio, which we cut down because people are not using their vehicles. So radio is a very good source of marketing. The polls which we find, or the hoardings which we find, we use those mediums also. We use newspaper, we use Insta, Facebook, and direct WhatsApp promotions. So marketing plays a fantastic role, but obviously it depends the kind of industry you are in. In case I would say a caterer won't require a bigger marketing platform because it grows through word of mouth. But a kind of retailer we are, a lot of marketing is required to sell our product, because whenever people see the product, then only they buy it.
Yes, sir, that is completely true. And also that the thing that you said, that it depends on the level of business and also on the industry you're in, that is really true. I agree with that.
Let me briefly restate the main points. Stick to your dreams, remember your passion, never lose your hope, believe in yourself and be consistent.
Rightly said, Mahi. Once again, I would like to thank you, sir, for your valuable time and honoring us with your presence.
Thank you so much, Mahi. Thank you so much, Uday, for making me part of it.
You're welcome, sir, and we're really glad to have you on the show.
The bigger your dream is, the bigger your belief will be in yourself. With this note, we'd like to end today's episode. Stay tuned for our next episode. Until then, goodbye. Stay home, stay safe, guys.